You know that annoying bump, that ledge at the cuticle zone? How do we get rid of that? You know when you're applying a press-on nail, and after you've finished and your gel polish is on and it looks great, right? Then about a week or so later, it grows out and you can feel that little bump, right? Yuck. This is why that's happening. It's because it's the most important area of the nail that every nail technician who sculpts understands. The cuticle zone. It takes many hours, weeks, months to master this zone. It's a problem with press-on tips because it requires sculpting. The whole idea of a press-on tip is trying to avoid the sculpting, right? When we do press-on nails, the reason they are easier and they're popular because almost everything is done for you. The thickness is determined, the apex is already in place, the sidewalls are shaped for you, even the length is shaped and determined for you. Everything is done. The only thing left to do is adhere it correctly to the nail. So they were designed to be left at this stage because it's under the assumption that you are using a press-on tip. You most likely don't have the fine sculpting skills you need to perfect the tips, especially that cuticle area. That's the beauty of a press-on tip. But if you want that extra further and you're having a problem, here's a tip. After 39 years of me being a sculpted nail artist, I'm going to help you get the seamless look. This is going to be a little mini seamless course on the cuticle, okay? So in the sculpting world, we train many, many hours to make it the most seamless we possibly can. We want a smooth, seamless transition. When we do it though, we do it during the application process. With press-on tips, I know many are trying to do it in the filing after the tip is applied, but I'm telling you that it's way harder. In fact, you will increase your problems much more for the ring of fire. If you don't know what that is, actually, I have a video on that, check that out. It's also making it much more higher risk for cutting the cuticles or the proximal nail fold. Because we've applied the product as close to the cuticle as we can, or the PNF, now we have to file it, right? If you do not have the exceptional filing skills, this is a really difficult ask. So let me show you how I recommend you do it with a press-on tip to avoid the over-filing, the ring of fire, and cutting yours or someone else's cuticles. I developed a technique mimicking what we do when we're sculpting, and we can use this for when we're applying the tips. When we are creating the seamless cuticle zone, we apply our product as thin as we possibly can. This area needs to be flush and level with the natural nail as much as possible. But it's tough because it still needs to be there, right? So what we do during the application is we apply it very, very thin, and then we just pass over with the file once or twice, and that makes it very flush and hopefully seamless, right? You can do that with a hand file as well. So we're gonna do the same thing with a tip. But we're gonna file the tip so thin, it's not like paper thin, this is gonna be tissue paper thin. By doing this, the only thickness you're having to contend with is what you adhered the product with, right? Let me show you how thin I'm talking about. I'm talking thin. This is the edge we're working with right here, okay? Now let's take a look at what I'm proposing you can do. I'm going to recommend and suggest you use the fine file. It's about a 240 grit. You can see the area that I filed. Only focus on that area, just the edge, and we're just making it thin, making it very, very thin. Let me see if I can show you. I mean, that is like, let me see if I can bend it. See that? That is super, super thin. You could almost do a little bit more. I mean, even if it breaks, it's okay. You've got the product underneath. When you're filing it that aggressively anyway, you're going right through the tip. The reason why we be careful about doing that is because we don't want to go through everything and down into the natural nail. So if you buff this up nice and thin, you're just doing it before rather than after. Now we don't have to worry about any cuticles in the way. We don't have to worry about filing it up against the natural nail, because when you're trying to make it flush to the natural nail, it's almost impossible. When you touch the natural nail at the same time you're buffing down the product, you are digging into the natural nail. So if we do this before, we're gonna save all of that grief. So just gently make it super thin. Okay, now let's take a look. Now my nails need to be done in a week or two, but I'm glad because we can see the cuticle zone very, very clearly here. Here is the tip before we file it thin. Now keep in mind, there's no product in here yet to adhere it. We still have to add that, and that's going to add a thickness. Can you see that edge? You can see that edge. That edge is quite a bit thicker, and we know that because when it grows out, we don't like it. We file it down. So take a look at the new buffed one. It literally slides right in there, and it is absolutely smooth. Now, until you experience it, you can't really see it. I'm going to try to show you as best I can. I'm putting my cuticle stick in there. It is so smooth transition, it's not catching at all. Let me show you when the tip is before. See that? You can catch it. That's what drives you crazy after it grows out about 7 days or so. Let's take a look at the smooth one again. I'll pull it back so we can see that little ridge. Now let's see if we can feel it. Like anything that's worth having, it's going to take a little time to perfect it. This will get you to your perfection a lot faster. Another huge advantage, it will reduce your time in filing the cuticle after you've applied the tip. Congratulations! You have now completed a mini course about the seamless cuticle zone for a press-on tip. I hope that helps.